Hi everyone, happy Monday. Hopefully you had a great weekend and you got a chance to go out, take a little walk, keeping your social distance and washing your hands, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to present my screen and getting better at this. Okay, so we're there. Hold on, we're almost there. Okay, there we are. And then I'm gonna go to this. All right. So what are we doing today? Let me go to the beginning. Good morning. We're going to review very briefly the pages, page 91 to 98. It was the very end of what we've been doing on the industrial food chain. And then we're going to focus on our homework over the weekend, which was to read Birth of Organic Foods and the Industrial Organic. So for the next few days, we'll be looking at the industrial organic food chain. And then for homework, well, your assignment will be to answer text-dependent questions. I do want us to start doing group discussions, so I'm going to create Google chat rooms. Here's a link of a form I emailed everyone. I didn't get many responses, so here it is again. Click on it, make your selections for your partners 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll organize it. This is just a little diagram to show you how you get into chat, just in case you don't know. Here's your waffle. You click on the waffle. This opens up all the apps that are attached to Google. We're going to go to chat. Then it's going to open to the chat window. And then underneath here, rooms, is where our group rooms will be. Okay. So discuss the ideas from pages 91 to 98. That was in chapter 9. And then on Padlet, I created a column for ideas, page 91 to 98. Just, one or two sentences, not very long, of what it was. I do remember that what really stuck to me was how the food industry created the supersize to be able to get more money. Because people didn't want to go back and buy a second French fries or another Coke. But, and that was really surprising. I didn't realize that that's what had happened, but then it was also the reason for the increase in weight and diabetes among young people. So, and then there's another column on Padlet for the gist of what you read for Birth of Organic Foods and Industrial Organic. So if you go ahead and put that on Padlet, make sure that this time we're going to comment on 2 classmates each day. So this way you don't have to go back and do it by the end of the week. Just a reminder, the gist is the main point. It's really focusing on what that text was about. So for example, if your friend is telling you a story about what happened over the weekend, and then I ask you, well, what did your friend say? You're not going to tell me word for word everything she said or he said. You're going to just kind of give me those main ideas or the big details. So that's what it just is. We're going to use the same organizer. There's an attachment under this assignment. It's the Google Draw. And I think you should use that because if you create a text box, you can go back and add to it, similar to what we did with the industrial food organizer. We're going to do the same for the industrial organic food chain. The learning targets are looking at the gist for those 2 passages, and then also reading closely to answer text-dependent questions. I uploaded an audio of the pages for Birth of Organic Foods and Industrial Organic. If you needed to hear it, if you didn't read it, listen to it so that you're able to do the assignment. How do you read for the gist? By reading closely. Reading closely, you're asking questions. And here again, this is on your Expeditionary Learning Workbook, page 10. And I highlighted the questions that we want to be asking for information and ideas. So let's de-analyze the text on birth of organic food. Text-dependent questions help us to understand the passages by going back and rereading. For example, the first text-dependent question is, what does organic mean? If we go to the second paragraph under the birth of organic food, it tells us exactly. It says, organic is grown without the help of fossil fuels, pesticides, or chemical fertilizers. I want to just add a little bit. Fossil fuels is gas and oil. Pesticides are those chemicals that are sprayed on plants or crops to prevent diseases. Chemical fertilizers are chemicals that are sprayed on plants to prevent them from diseases. So they're spraying to eliminate pests and disease, and they're also spraying to increase the plant's growth. Vocabulary, I just want to focus on compromise. It's a noun, something agreed upon as a result of each side changing or giving up some demand, but it's also used as a verb to settle a dispute by mutual concession, meaning that both parties agree. Fossil fuels, I told you, it's a natural fuel such as coal, gas, pesticides, chemical used for destroying insects or other organisms harmful to plants, and synthetic is made by chemical process to imitate a natural product. I'm going to keep adding to the definitions of these words that are part of our readings for this next couple of days, and we'll review them. For homework, read chapter 11 and fill out your food chain organizer for the industrial organic food chain. Maybe you want to put that, I don't think I did, but maybe you want to, maybe I'll go back and add it. I'll add industrial organic food chain on the organizer so you can keep them separate. Record any vocabulary, new vocabulary in your word catcher. You can also post it on our Padlet. And that's it for today. So have a great rest of the day, and I will meet you hopefully in chat. I'm there from 10 to 12 every day, from 1 to 2, and we can also set up private conferences, and I'll see you tomorrow.